Rich Young, you know what's going on. Big 4 times, hottest young alive.
Stunna for Vegas is on a run right now, dropping hits with NLE Choppa, Offset, Lil Durk, and of course, DaBaby.
AKA Think It Ain't On Me, how y'all feeling this morning?
And if his career goes anything like his collaborator, mentor, and friend, then you can expect things to go way up from here for Stunna. But even if he stopped rapping today, he's already been able to completely change his life and his lifestyle. With his success, he's been able to buy a brand new white G-Wagon. In the Double D's video, you can see him with a red Lambo.
He's
got enough ice on to keep any drink frozen. The watch he's got on is almost blinding. I can barely see. Not to mention the $1 billion baby entertainment chains he's got on. Stunna really lives up to his name because he's got about four times chains. Does that make 8 or, sorry, bad joke. And he makes sure to have cash wherever he goes. Stunna's got money on the floor, money on the concrete, money in the airport, money in the hotel lobby, money on the street, money in the grocery store, money at MTV with DaBaby. And the man even has money on his album artwork.
Hello, I like money.
Alright, if you're thinking this video looks and sounds a bit familiar, then congratulations, you are very perceptive, sir, because we did initially post this video a couple of weeks ago, but don't leave just yet, this isn't a re-upload. Last time we posted Stunna's Rich Life video, we had someone call in and claim that Stunna owed him money. Well, since then, I spoke to Stunna personally on FaceTime, and he cleared everything up. I'll be giving you all of the updates later on in this video, but let's just say that things weren't exactly as they seemed. In fact, they were a lot more complicated, but after hearing the other side, Stunna doesn't owe anybody anything. But we'll get into all of that later on in the video. Stunna and I also linked up for an interview and we talked about his come up, so we're gonna play some clips from our FaceTime talk in this video. Stick around, this is gonna be a good one. What is going on, good people in the comment section? I hope you're having one heck of a day. My name is Jeremy Hecht, and today I'll be your host, taking you through the financial come up of Stunna for Vegas prior to fame. We're gonna walk you through how he got his big break, what he spent his money on to invest into his craft, and what he's been able to purchase with his newfound dollars. We've recently covered him on Before They Were Famous, and we've done a Rich Life on his partner DaBaby as well, so be sure to check those out after you're finished watching this one. Shout out to everyone watching after school, before school, during school, but don't let the teachers see, everyone who's watching after work or on their lunch break, and of course, shout out to my toilet gang. Be sure to follow me on Instagram and let me know who to cover next, and you can watch the full interview with Stunna on my YouTube page. Link will be down below, but stick around for the rest of this video. Let's get into the show. Stunna for Vegas' come up may have seemed like it happened overnight, but really he's been on the grind for a long time. He grew up in Salisbury, North Carolina. Well, everybody in the comments on my last video got mad at me for pronouncing it Salisbury. I know now it's Salisbury, I think, just based on the comments at least. But hey, don't get too mad at me, I'm from Winnipeg, Canada, and my absolute favorite burger place in Winnipeg is called Salisbury House, and that's how we pronounce it, okay? So shout out to Salisbury House and shout out to Salisbury. But Stunna recalled in our interview that he's been rapping for a long time. Also, because the interview was on FaceTime, Stunna's audio is a little bit delayed, so keep that in mind.
Like I just came across this video like when I was in like sixth grade. I was in like eighth or ninth, and I was rapping like with a mic that like was built like a stick, like one of them old mics. You feel me? I was rapping, but it wasn't serious. But I was like, damn, I'm tripping. Like, I have been rapping for a minute. I just like dropping on music and videos.
Was your first song recorded on that mic, like the first song you ever recorded, or did you record something before that?
It was like a remix to that Tony Montana song, Future.
Future?
It was a Future. It was a remix. It was a remix to Future Tony Montana, and I named it Bravo Montana.
Yeah, because I was gonna say your first rap name was Bravo, right?
Yeah, and that wasn't no rap name. It was like it was like a gang. I was like, not a real gang, though, not like an organized gang, like
yeah,
like my older brother.
Just a crew, right?
Yeah.
So was it the Bravo gang, or that was your name within the crew?
It was like Pluzzo. My name was Bravo. Like I would say Pluzzo Bravo.
Okay, and then
I said it on the song and shit. I ain't got the song though. If I had a song, I'd send it to you, let you drop this.
But in his hometown, he was hustling to get his music heard. He was well known around his neighborhood before he made it big, but he was only really rapping on and off, never taking it too seriously. And for a short period of time, Stunna says he was living life like a rapper in Pittsburgh long before he had any real money. He was hanging out with his friend's brother, who was playing for the Steelers at the time, and he got to experience the lifestyle.
And the only reason I was in Pittsburgh, because me and his brother played for the Steelers, Javon Hargrave. I was staying with him, like that's my older cousin.
Yeah.
But I wasn't rapping, like I was just living like a rapper though, like going to the strip club with NFL players and shit like that. But I was, you feel me? They was even telling me then, like, Stunna, bro, you can like do this shit on your own. You feel me? And I was like, I know I can. So boom.
That really let him know that he could make something with his music. Stunna's first big investment into himself came when he hit up Jimmy Wapo for a feature. Rest in peace to Jimmy.
Jimmy Wapo, like shout out Jimmy Wapo, rest in peace, he a real nigga.
Yeah.
He charged me $600 to do that song and that video we did. Like I paid him $300 for a song and I paid him $300 for a video. When I made a song with him, he like told me like, bro, you hard, you feel me? Like, he trying to give me like little shit, like trying to tell me shit to do, like shit he done done.
Yeah.
And then like we like boom. I had got the song with him, and then I had already had a couple songs too, like 4 or 5 songs that was hard. So I said, boom. Shout out to my bro Menace too. He paid $300 for it.
Wow.
Feature. I paid $300 for the video though. Like
That's a pretty solid price though. $600?
yeah, like that shit was solid because Jimmy Wapo was supposed to be charging like $5,000.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Like he was supposed to be charging at least $2,000, I'll say.
Yeah, oh yeah.
He had songs with like 21 Savage,
Yeah.
Wiz Khalifa, you feel me? Like he had some going on. But like I had got the song. As soon as I got the song, I was like, bro, I'm about to get on this rap for real. Like I'm about to drop a tape.
Yeah.
And my idea was I'm gonna drop a tape, thinking I like, cause I got Jimmy Wapo on. And he was buzzing at the time too. And then boom, I came back, shot the video with him. Left, went home. Like a week later, when he hit the car, I like talked to one of them called me like told me what happened. I started calling him. I used to talk to him like, you feel me? I used to talk to him after we made a song. We were like,
cool.
we used to pull up on him in his hood and all that. Like we been to Jimmy Wapo hood, the hood he talked about all the time.
Yeah.
Like, he walked us through that mission. Like he never lied, bro. Like we walked through the nigga hood, bro. As soon as he stepped up there, like it was like the tags on each corner. You feel me? Like police hopping out on feet, walking down on him. Like they felt like bro was a threat up there, bro. Like.
Damn. It's crazy because every time you do a song with someone, they're like, you're just a cool dude that like everyone's like, oh yeah, like let's keep this relationship going.
Hey, bro, I wish that never happened to him. Like I wish they could see where I'm at right now.
Yeah.
Like you feel me? Like we could.
What was the last time? What was the last thing you said to Jimmy? Like, what was the last conversation?
I ain't got the messages no more. But it was just like some shit like appreciate you, bro. That's some real shit. Like
Yeah.
Like, because I had just drove up there from North Carolina to do the video for 300. Like, nigga, you kept your word, bro. You ain't had to do that shit.
When Jimmy passed, Stunna really started to take his music seriously. But as much as Jimmy was doing for him, the feature didn't take his career to the next level like Stunna would have hoped. So he decided he had to make it happen himself somehow.
I gotta do something.
Yeah.
I started going crazy back to the Carolinas job.
He would send his music to every DJ in North Carolina and drive to different parts of the state to try to meet up with anyone who could possibly give his music a boost. Stunna was going to college parties, different clubs, and making his presence felt wherever he went. You put in the work, right? Like you were going to these places and talking to DJs.
I was doing like little shit. Like I wasn't doing it the right way though. I wasn't going up there with poster board CDs.
Yeah, like Baby was doing. Yeah.
I was pulling up the dorms. Like I would, like I told you, I was that nigga. I was dropping music videos already that was doing like 7,000 to 10,000.
Yeah.
Sometimes you feel me. So it was like something at least. Like
after finding out that DaBaby messed with his music, Stunna shot his shot and DM'd Baby asking him for a collab. Stunna paid Baby for a feature and invested in his craft once again. You've always kind of lived life like Vegas. You know, everyone like kind of called you that early on. What's the biggest risk you think you've taken in your life that's paid off?
Shit, the baby fish.
Stunna paid $2,000 for his feature with the baby, which at the time is a lot of money. Nothing compared to the, 6 figures that Baby is currently charging, but still, a lot. But the investment paid off big time because Baby loved working with Stunna so much and saw so much potential that the two began working together consistently on music, talking about business and doing shows together. Their song together called Animal popped off, and eventually Baby signed Stunna to his billion-dollar Baby record label, and before long, both of them were signed to Interscope Records. In our last video, someone named James DM'd me and claimed that Stunna owed him a lot of money, $40K to be exact, and we talked about it on the phone.
He said, I can make it. I just need somebody to help me get to where I'm help me get there.
This man claimed that he helped invest in Stunna's career and never got reimbursed. But Stunna reached out to our team after seeing it and told me that James was lying about a lot. So I talked to Stunna on FaceTime to clear it up, and the story is a lot deeper than it originally presented itself. A lot of it I can't even talk about on camera because, like I said, it went a lot deeper. Stunna explained to me that the real one investing in him was his friend Rackham, who basically went broke helping out Stunna with his career. Rackham was around a guy named James, and James did help out a little bit, but a lot of stuff happened with him and things got messy. The two had a falling out over some real life stuff, and honestly, based on what Stunna told me, it doesn't seem like he owes James anything. Like I said in the last video, there are 3 sides to every story, each party's story and then the truth, and after listening to both parties tell their stories in this one, I've got to say, I think Stunna is telling the truth. I'm always open to a scandal if it happens, but I am committed to telling the truth with my platform, and in this case, I don't think Stunna owes anybody money. But Stunna did have one last message for James that he wanted me to put in the video.
I don't owe you $40,000. You never gave me $40,000. When I see him, I'm gonna slap the shit out of him. You can post that. That's what you post.
But that's that on that. I knew there was more to the story when I first was approached by James, but I did want to hear him out. I'm just glad that we got to hear it from Stunna himself about what really went down. But now that we got all of that cleared up, let's get back to the video and take a look at how Stunna has been able to change his life since he made it. It looks like Stunna has himself a brand new white G-Wagon. The car costs around $130,000, but before Stunna was driving around in his own cars, the nicest car he rode around in back in the day was actually DaBaby's Dodge Challenger.
No cap, like, pick me up from my mama in 2-bed apartments. Wow. It was like 8 niggas staying in there. And I was like just riding in Charlotte with him, bro. Like, we was in what kind of car, bro? A Challenger. It was a
Dodge?
It was a Challenger. But it was a Challenger, yeah, Dodge Challenger, like white.
Yeah.
Same way he put in his music video today. But like even little shit like that was foreign to me, bro. Like, cause Salisbury, I didn't like. Probably the best car I seen was a Jeep.
Yeah.
A Cherokee, like.
Yeah. As of today, besides making it rain, Stunna has spent some dollars on his chains. According to Baby, the $1 billion Baby entertainment chain is worth $65K, and Stunna has a couple of those. He also has 4 4x chains, so that's gotta be at least $500K on his neck alone. Plus, these grills look pretty expensive. On FaceTime, they looked just as expensive, I do have to say. And that's not to mention his rings and his watches. Stunna also drops a couple of pretty nice sized bags on his clothing. Well, more specifically, on Bape clothing. Here he is rocking some Bape, more Bape, here's Bape in the studio, Bape, and more Bape. On Bape's website, the clothing brand runs anywhere between $100 and $600 per piece, so that's at least a few bands spent on his outfits. You can also spot Stunna on private jets with the baby and cruising the open water on jet skis and yachts. It seems like he's come a long way from rapping on the microphone in his room with his friends as Bravo, but he'll also probably be purchasing a lot more soon because his success keeps climbing, and we'll be here to watch it all happen live. But yeah, like I said, I'm just glad we got to clear things up. Thank you to Stunna for sitting down with us and telling his whole story from start to finish. I think it's really inspiring to see somebody, who not only was willing to put in the work and invest in their craft and start and stop again, but to believe in themselves constantly throughout. And that's it for this video. You can check out the full interview, link below. Follow me on Instagram, dream good, live better. I hope you have one heck of a day. And if nobody else has told you yet today, I love you. See you in the next video.